All right, here we go, Bailey. This is exciting. We haven't had guests for a long time.
I know. We wait for special ones to bring them in. We're not going to just let anyone in the podcast.
It's very true, because guests actually are more work for you.
Yes.
These two are work-worthy.
Work-worthy for sure.
Even when we got nothing to talk about, there's nowhere I'd rather be. 'Cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking Scheetz.
Talking Scheetz. There is Dan Davidson. Man, I love that song. And it was not done by AI either.
So wholesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
We love Dan Davidson. We were at a pickleball media night with him kind of recently. Just such a good guy.
Was he good at pickleball?
Yeah, he was
He's an athlete.
pretty good at pickleball. And I remember listening to Tupelo Honey a lot back in the day. You know a bunch of his songs too.
Oh yeah.
He was doing really well on the pickleball court, but then we subbed in my daughter for Lisa, or opposite. Charlie came in, Lisa went out, and then he had to end up being a 12-year-old at the
He
time.
felt so bad.
Move on.
I'm so sorry to do this, but I gotta. It was perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You should have had her with a white cane and saying she was visually impaired too, just to really make him feel bad.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect. I guess we've got some guests. Should we introduce them?
I guess so.
My wife, Care, who is executive producer of the
She's
show,
like the
said,
CFO or something.
you four are going to get in that room, and it's going to be like when you had Jack and Matt on, and it's just going to be basically, she doesn't swear, but a shit show. We can swear on this, I believe. And she says, so keep it between the rails here. And so far already, we haven't even introduced them. They're already yapping.
Production meeting, she was like, keep it. Yeah, let's focus on the notes. Focus on the notes.
Because everybody that's got ADHD, raise your hands.
Yeah.
Right here. And I've had 3 sips of beer, so sorry in advance. That's all it takes.
We have never added alcohol to the show. I'm having a Mott's Clamato pickled bean, which is fantastic. Bailey, you're not?
I didn't. I was getting drinks for the guests.
And we know how weak you are when it comes to liquor. No,
we don't need that. Someone needs to be the DD of the show.
Yeah, agreed. You're driving this thing.
The designated dork.
Do you like toppings in your Caesars?
Yeah, what do you got there?
Oh, yeah,
Just
for
a can.
sure. Whatever.
You just like it as like a meal on the side. You're like, sure, throw some beef jerky in and I'll
beef
eat
jerky.
That. Yeah.
Because I invented a new topping.
Yeah.
It's a pickle wrapped in ham.
But it's really disturbing to look at when you serve it to your guests.
Because the shape and the skin tone.
It's like skinny.
Yeah.
So Lisa's now making me call them skin pickles.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys want a skin pickle in your Caesar? And then it's really uncomfortable watching them eat it.
The taste combination sounds good to me.
It's
though.
delicious.
And the Caesar sneaks in between the pickle and the ham.
It's got everything.
Perfectly.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm into that skin pickle.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We're excited. We've had a busy week, but as soon as Ryder said, do you want to come and hang out and talk to Chris and Bailey? I was like, absolutely. Let's do this.
Because what did I say to tell her?
Oh, yeah.
I'm basically the reason why.
That's right.
She's got everything she's got in her life, including you.
That's right.
When you really look at it.
Well, let's break that down.
Yeah.
So you and I first met.
Okay, before
I
we
was
start.
going to say, as the DD, we haven't introduced them.
Oh, yeah. We are on a roll. We are on a roll.
3 of us
feel
are
like
professional radio broadcasters. And their names have been mentioned.
And people know their voices. So I do think it goes without saying, but we also should say it
And
for the sake of our mother, who is...
Yeah, she'd be like, you didn't even introduce them.
Yeah, you had one job.
What a disaster this is. Ryder and Lisa. And again, Play 107. They're still on Play 107, but they've made a move. They're made a move in the time period that they're on, and it's 5 to 8 now.
That's right, 5 to 8 p.m. on Play, and then that freed up some space for us to go and launch Oilers Nation, first kind of morning show concept.
Awesome.
That's a bit of hockey, a bit of everything else.
And it's called The
nice
Sauce.
mix. That's right.
Called The Sauce.
Really like that.
Thank you. Yeah, we were stuck on names for a long time.
Dude, it was so hard to... I feel bad for kids if they want to try and start a podcast now.
Yeah.
Everything's taken.
Everything's
We tried it all.
Gone.
Yeah.
You guys are so lucky that you have such a cool last name
Crafty
that works.
last name that helped.
That helps so much.
Somebody had already taken squawking sheets, so we had to take talking. It was
there were other podcasts that we looked, like other names, but it's all gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beauty and the Beast.
The Bald and the Beautiful was another one that was suggested for the new show.
silly.
But we settled on The Sauce. We thought it was a nice mix of Messy, sweet, spicy,
salty.
Yeah.
That's
very
us.
different every day.
All right. Well, while we're going to get to all this stuff, but while we're talking about food, we got to talk about the good Scheetz. That's what we call it, and we're going to get you guys to come up with something good in your lives, especially this week. And I think you probably will be able to do it pretty well. It's brought to you by Mother Dough Bread Co. You guys just had your sandwiches. You had the Tuscan, and what was the other one?
I had a Clubhouse.
The
The
Clubhouse.
Tuscan was so
Oh my
good.
gosh! And yeah,
Us in these seats, we can finish a big sandwich.
Yeah.
Like we can eat a lot. We talk about that a lot on the show.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
these sandwiches are massive.
Food
so
is
it
our
is
friend.
like it is lunch and dinner, which
Yeah.
is so exciting. It is
How do you
so
say it?
good.
I'm most scared of swearing.
You do swear when you say focaccia.
Oh, focaccia.
bread. Yeah.
Is it focaccia or focaccia?
Well, we
I
don't
guess
even-
I've been saying it wrong.
Focaccia? We don't even have the
Forgot
Italian
about
here.
it.
Forget
Who
about
cares?
it.
It's delicious either way.
I'm kind of nervous because when I say focaccia,
Focaccia.
Nailed it.
focaccia, it reminds me of when Care was working at the Devon Hospital, and she's working with a lovely lady from Newfoundland, and they would be working together, and she'd say to Karen, she'd say, "Hey, go for coffee," and Karen would be like, "Pardon? Hey, yeah, go for coffee," and it was "go for coffee."
Oh, that's
Oh,
funny.
wow.
But for months she thought that she was just giving it
She'd
to
be
her.
like, "Why is she swearing at me?"
Yeah,
and,
what did I do?
and then she grabs my arm and we go and have coffee. I don't understand.
Such a wholesome theme song for you to be dropping F-bombs. I was quite surprised. But
Yeah.
it
We
all
just
came
have to
around.
click a button when we upload. It's fine. This isn't the radio. It's fine. I had the pesto chicken caprese.
Oh my god, so did I.
Caprese.
So did I. It's got what's it got?
Arugula.
Arugula in it. I can't
Yes.
even pronounce it. But normally I'm like,
You're
oh,
not an arugula guy.
no, I don't.
You don't like greens.
I don't like any kind of greens. Like I literally fed my granddaughter today because I was watching her for a short time, and they were like pulling out strawberries and stuff, and I got her a Freezing Brothers cinnamon bun. Like
She's
it
like,
makes.
why can't she have a cinnamon bun for breakfast? That's what I had. And I was like, well,
And look at me.
we're working on her gut.
I'm perfect.
She left the cinnamon bun, by the
And
way.
then her dad said, sometimes we got to, but don't skip straight to the cinnamon bun. Like you got to go through the steps.
Because you
start
know
at
she'll eat the
strawberries.
cinnamon bun, so you try
Yeah.
to get the nutrients in
Yeah,
first.
get them in first.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Mother Dough Bread Co.
Open now.
It's open now. We went in there. They had their first day officially being open today, and it was so busy, and it was great to see. It is so cool. They're part of the Friesen brothers.
The family.
The family. Charlie, like your Charlie. That Charlie is their sourdough.
Yeah, so
And-
their child is 10 years old, and it is a sourdough starter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and their Charlie also has tude. Lots of tude.
Lots of food.
Yeah.
Love
Ton of
that.
food.
Yeah. So go there, Winterburn Point.
Winterburn Point. Yeah,
Exactly.
they're open now.
And they're amazing.
Delicious. Get your sandwiches. Get your cinnamon buns. Feed them to your 1-year-old.
Yeah, you can buy your
Whatever.
sourdough bread and all that
Focaccia
stuff.
bread.
Yeah, so they're awesome, and we're very excited that they're part of the podcast. Good Scheetz, go Ryder.
Good Scheetz for me. My kid is pretty pumped up. She's doing the Ben Stelter Foundation school portion.
Mhm.
So she's kind of the captain of her school. So she gets to do like the morning announcements. And her teachers were a little bit worried if she'd be nervous on mic. She's like, I've been doing this for a decade.
Kind of like mine,
Yeah.
Pretty nervous, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, they just kind of it just becomes part of their life.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But we had Mike Stelter on our show
Yeah.
earlier this week, and just what they're doing is wonderful. And for my kid to now feel like she's really, truly connected to it, that was pretty awesome just to kind of see it from every angle.
Well, we were going to talk about that, so let's talk about it now, and it'll be Community Scheetz brought to you by Crystal Glass, and we love them too because I wanted to talk about that. So we'll just kind of delve into it. We'll the Stelters, Baillie with her Oiler relationship, of course, she had a chance to meet them, and it's obviously it's so incredibly heartbreaking what happened to poor little Ben, but what a family.
They're
right?
they're some of the best people I've ever met, and I know you guys have a great relationship with them. But the way that they're carrying on his legacy through the school foundation and all of those things, and reaching so many other kids, it's just they're the best.
They are, yeah.
What they're doing with Ben's Cup too, it just keeps
Yeah.
growing and growing. Like it's going to be a world-renowned kids hockey tournament
Totally.
at some point.
I curled in the curling half of it.
Okay.
Which, I mean, curling, you two, don't bother. But anyway.
Yeah, we're so bad.
So bad.
The best thing that happened to Ryder when we curled together is I pantsed him. And that was the best thing.
Yes.
But anyway, I was at the curling part of it. So then we went over for the to see those kids and the cup and everything that was happening. And they had like Superfan Magoo coaching a team, and they had the banjo guy coaching a team, and McMullet, who some people say looks like me. You know,
A little bit, actually.
We've never seen both of you in the same
I
place.
wish I had
Ooh.
McMullet's money. I know that for a fact because he's doing pretty well. He won Banjo guy won a 50-50.
Oh,
Okay.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he spends the money on that, traveling and going to all the games because he won one of the other
Yeah.
Perfect.
50-50s. But
crazy.
anyway, and you guys had that relationship with Ben. You had him on your show, and you just can't believe things like that happen to the innocent. I mean, not that it should happen to anybody, but you know what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
just
no,
brutal.
totally.
And then Mike, right?
Yeah.
Mike is
yeah.
great.
And he went
Yeah.
through a lot of his own stuff. And it's, I mean, when you're dealt those cards, I think there's two different types of people out there, and they're only showing which kind of people they are by taking the ball and just really making a huge difference with the cards they were dealt.
Yeah, and you understand people that aren't in that, like, let's go out there and let's make it different. Like, I'm sure it's really tough for a lot of people. And
I don't blame them.
no, not at all. But I just think it's so great, like you said, for them to carry on Ben's legacy. He was such a funny kid. Like, he would come into our studio in the mornings and he would make me laugh, and not in a way that I was just trying to like laugh with a kid, like laugh out loud, like belly laugh. His wit at that age, I couldn't believe it. There was one time that Ryder said, because Ryder's always wanted to hang out with Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know what,
Who
Ben?
doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't?
I get it.
He's like, Ben, I don't know. I feel like now that you and I are friends, there's going to be a chance that I can hang out with Connor McDavid. And Ben, he's walking away. His head is high and he's going, nope, I don't think so. If you were to ask him, he'd be like, sorry, I'm busy hanging out with Ben. And like the way he like talked like that, he was like both thumbs to himself. I was cackling. He was just the best.
And the truth hurts, really. Right?
Yeah, it does. He's not wrong.
He was right.
He knew
That
there wasn't a chance.
Truth hurts. Yeah. Just incredible people. So anyway, so I'm glad you mentioned that. We were going to get to it, but we got to it now. What about you, Good Scheetz?
Okay, for me, it's the fact that our brand new gig started the same week as the time change. So not only did we get to sleep in because it starts at 8 a.m. now instead of our usual, what we've been doing for me personally, 12 years straight, which is turning the mics on right at 6 a.m., sometimes earlier. But the time change plus that, I'm like, I'm ready to go. Like, I know Baillie was like, I know you guys are tired and you're busy. I'm like, I'm ready. I could talk to you guys for 6 hours
Yeah, we
today.
could run through a wall this week.
It's been awesome.
rested.
For the first time
You
for me in
probably will.
20 years.
Yeah.
That
Because of that break.
Yeah.
Right?
It's true.
That's what people always say to me. Well, why'd you pull the pin? Like, why did you pull the pin? I mean, you guys know why.
Those hours
you
are
understand it,
awful.
and it was never the time I woke up. It was always the time I went to bed. I never went to bed early enough. Like,
Right.
I just couldn't.
Never.
I could not sacrifice time
Life.
with my family
Yeah.
and Oiler games.
Oiler games.
Yeah.
Mostly Oiler games.
I was gonna say time with your family.
But you know, I remember Carter when he was playing hockey. Bailey's basketball was usually earlier, but Carter, some of the hockey games would start at 9:30 at night, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm whatever. The show's going to suffer tomorrow, but my kid's not going to suffer.
Yeah.
And so that just takes literally years off your life. Last week, Scheetz was the time change for me. But the fall one I embraced, but that spring one is terrible when you got to get up. Oh,
Yeah.
The worst.
It's rough.
it is. And there's people, though you guys work very hard, but I realize there's people that work 15-hour days and start at
And
the
they're
time
still
we were
starting. Or
at.
like, people that are working in the hospital and stuff and their hours are all messed up and they have
Yeah.
to be on for 12 hours straight. So we definitely remind ourselves that is the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's wild. Like with this industry, if you're not in it, it's wild to think of how much you have to be on that early in the morning. So I kind of compare that with a lot of people that get to kind of slow start to the day, get their coffee in them, get to the office, clock in. Whereas we're like, okay, it's 6 a.m. You got to bring some entertainment and you better be on for 4 hours straight. So with this new gig, 2 hours straight for us, nonstop talking, which we'll get to
Yeah.
in a little bit, and
Yeah.
how different that is from radio with
Yeah.
having the songs and stuff.
Yeah. Not only getting up early and you've got to be on at when you're on, and like most people get a chance to kind of warm up as their day goes on.
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case with brain surgeons, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, seriously.
But and then those people aren't usually getting trolled by people if you're not on, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like 6 a.m. and someone's hammering you on
Yeah.
something that you just said, and you're like, "What am I doing up at this hour?"
Yeah, not the only ones on the
7
road at that
PM.
time, and a lot of people are going to a lot harder gig and a lot less fun.
I remember for the first probably 2 months when I started mornings, every morning I would whine and complain about how tired I was. Like, and I can't remember who called me out. I think maybe Sean Burke called me out. He said, "Chris, you know what? Everybody's tired. Shut up." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." But I found myself whining and complaining for the first little while because I was just like, "Oh my!" I don't care when the alarm goes off. I don't like the alarm. Like I'd like to just kind of sleep till 10,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, so good. That's a good move for you guys, obviously, right? And
Yeah, we're feeling really pumped up about it.
yeah. Okay, that was your good Scheetz.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time change and a new gig starting at the same time was kind of perfect.
Oh yeah.
You
so-
both look very rested.
Thank you.
Our
Thank
cameras
you.
aren't always the most flattering, but I feel like even in these, you're glowing.
And,
You're glowing.
and I'm going to say this is so good that maybe it might go 6 hours because we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, Bullsheets brought to you by Cook County Saloon. You guys
Mhm.
ever ride the bull at Cook County? I bet Lisa did.
I actually have not. I've never been on the bull, but I've definitely blacked out there before.
Yeah.
Which is
yeah.
kind of the same thing. You're on your
Yeah.
own metaphor.
Maybe I was on the bull. I don't know. Check the CCTV footage. You might find me on there.
She's gotten home and thought she rode the bull because she was sore the next day
I'm
from
like,
wiping
something
out.
happened last night. I don't really know. It's a good time at Cook County. Every time I go there, it's so packed. We
Yeah.
actually got. We were on the dance floor once. We tried to two-step. I'm the worst two-stepper ever.
Yeah.
And of course, Ryder being from small town Saskatchewan can dance. Not
Yeah.
me. I have no
His
rhythm.
mom taught him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to do it in
I
elementary
was just
school
going to
too
say
all the time.
that's like a
Yeah.
Saskatchewan
Not me.
curriculum
Gym
item.
class.
And you had to
Yeah.
dance with your cousins because that's the only people that were with you.
That's right.
Exactly.
So we were connected.
You couldn't
we
help but have a
knew.
crush on them. Like, it's natural.
You remember
We were dancing.
You remember Danny Rose? You know Danny
Yeah.
Rose? I mean,
Yeah.
she's still alive, but Danny is one of my favorite people. And
Yeah.
true story, she had 4 people in her class in Saskatchewan, and 3 of them were her, like 2 of them were her cousins. There was only one person that she wasn't related to in her class.
That's tough.
Yeah,
You
my-
can't even experience like having a crush at that age because there's no one.
Well, you can. It's just awkward.
It's just
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
My buddy started dating a girl. This was like grade 7,
Yeah.
and his parents had to sit him down. Say, like, yeah, you gotta break up. You're related.
She's your sister. You eat supper with her every night.
Yeah.
So back to Cook County Saloon.
Anyway.
They've expanded. Have you been there since the expansion?
No, but I'm
No.
really excited to try it because I've heard amazing things.
Oh, and we went last night. Shout out to Jackie Ray Greening from CFTX.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
she retired.
She
She's
retired.
The
What a career.
best.
36 years. She just
Yeah.
had to do one more year than me. That
Of course.
I didn't know that.
She
That's
one
awesome.
upped you.
She one up me, a story of her life. But
Yeah.
we went, and it was an incredible night. They had artists that were just playing all night long, and it was great. But the kids and Leona, you said you saw this, went to the
did.
Cook County Steakhouse. The
Yeah.
food,
They didn't want to let Leona into the bar
Yeah.
because she doesn't quite look 18 yet. She went to the steakhouse and she had a great time.
yeah.
Her passion right now is just walking, which could be my bullshit. It's like when a baby learns to walk and it's like they're wasted all the time or on a cruise ship and you're just trying to like make sure they don't hit their head on everything.
All right.
Food was
Food
great.
was
And
unreal.
the expansion, it's really cool. So you guys will have to check it out.
Yeah.
I think the review I got was that it would be an amazing place for a Christmas party
Oh,
too.
cool.
Very
So if people are
much.
looking,
Yeah.
They have an upper level, which used to be part of Vaughn's, and they can do that.
It's like
for you.
event
So,
space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
very cozy.
Anyway, shout out to Jackie Ray. She's part of the Good Sheets as well, and man, she's nobody's been more passionate than her.
Anytime I'm
Oh,
at an event
yeah.
that she's hosting, I'm like, okay,
Yeah. All right.
Bring in
yeah.
the
It's like a
vibes.
12 out of 10.
yeah,
here,
it's
right?
the best.
Yeah. My bullshit is, and you guys drove here. We live just outside of town, and and again, for people from the city, we might as well live in Jasper. You feel like you're coming out that
Once
far.
you
but
pass a corn
We're
maze,
gonna-
you're like, oh, I'm way out.
they're building a superstore like 3 kilometers away. We got a liquor store 5 minutes away now.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but I know it
City's
doesn't feel
coming
like
to
it.
you.
But my bullshits is that first snowfall, and I know that it's gotten more accumulated throughout the day, but I was up early this morning driving to the city, and people driving like it's a blizzard. And all it's done is started to snow a little bit. Like I cannot stand winter driving, and I cannot stand people like Matt always used to say on the air, the people that put their hazards, their flashers on, like, you're giving up. Anyway, and Karen says, it could be your daughter driving that
Yeah,
vehicle.
I'm not
Why are
the-
you so frustrated? But why are we
Yeah.
going 30 kilometers an hour? The road's fine. But people just
There hadn't even been enough snow for it to be wet.
It
Yet.
wa-
And
yeah, I-
people are the snow in the air makes people panic.
yeah, it seems
Yeah.
to.
well, and the people that slam their brakes as they're
Yeah.
getting close to a bridge,
Yeah.
like you're going down a hill on something slippery, and your first move is to slam your brakes, and you're screwing everybody behind you. And there's a way better chance that you're going to end up in that river slamming on
Yeah.
your
Oh
brakes.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
You're more dangerous by going slow than you are. But I don't drive crazy. But I hate winter driving. Like everybody says, why do you hate winter, Chris? It's the driving. Like because it adds like twice as much time and all of this stuff. But I don't do it
you're
as
like
much.
stressed on the road. Like, I don't know if any of us realize it, but after you've been driving like a hectic drive with bad roads, you don't realize like your shoulders are super tense and like your jaw is really tight, and then you get a tension headache out of it. Like it's a whole thing.
And it was funny because we were talking about what we were going to talk to you guys about when Bailey and I were coming out here, and I said the roads, and they're just fine. And then we got just about to our house, and there's that vehicle in the ditch. Did you see it?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in the trees.
I will say, once you started to come out here, your argument lost a little bit of validity because it's like Narnia. It's like
Always.
the second you cross the city limits, it's like it's heavier. Like it's snowy, I would say.
Yeah, it is. It is. But anyway, Bull Scheetz is winter driving for me. Do you guys got any Bull Scheetz? You guys have had such a great week.
I can actually always contribute to something like this. As a chronic complainer. No, I'm just kidding. For me, it's the fact that you were right. I'm really hot in my jacket. I'm going to take it off. Can you hold my dear?
You did call that one.
He called it.
This room it's toasty.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, in the summer the studio is freezing,
Jackets
and
off.
in the winter it's very hot. It's kind of like one of the hazards of doing a podcast in a furnace room. It's just it's one of the hazards of the job. But we should tell everyone to like dress for summer.
Yeah,
wear your bikini.
Yeah,
exactly.
At least it's not 35 degrees outside.
Yeah.
This would be an issue.
You're not even whatever what is called
perimenopause.
Menopause.
Oh yeah,
perimenopause
they
yet.
do say though that I am at like the geriatric phase because I'm over 35. Like I'm turning 36, so
Right.
we're getting there.
Oh, I knew you were 36. Do you know?
35.
Sorry, I know you're right around that age because
Tell me.
the executive producer of this show, Renato Pignani, Bailey's husband, went to school with you.
Wait, what?
Yes.
And his
And he
exact
said
words.
you will never.
His exact words are, I was like, oh, I'll tell Lisa that. He says, she would never remember me. She was cool.
No, I was not cool. I swear I was not cool. That was a facade.
He thought you were cool.
Yeah. And
He definitely wasn't
he was
cool.
not
but,
cool.
Like,
Like,
he's
no.
still not cool. I love the man, but he's not. He would. You can tell that he's thriving in his mid-30s and would not have been thriving in high school, certainly.
Oh
He's just-
my
He had to
gosh.
grow into his face and his
Late bloomer.
and his vocabulary.
so yeah, you literally went to school with
in
him.
St. Albert.
Yeah.
And was like graduated same year?
No,
Yeah.
you would have graduated with his brother Roberto,
This
which
is 11 months younger than him. Or
Okay.
exactly
they're born on the same day,
Yeah.
a year apart. So yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
2 years technically, but yeah.
Oh,
Anyways.
That's
sorry.
crazy.
But they're born on the same day, so they have the same birthday. Yeah, so
But
there
that's
you
a
go.
fun tip. He was
That
like,
is
"Don't-"
fun.
He was don't tell her because she was cool.
So he's normally supposed to be here, but he's working. So otherwise, it would have been fun to have you two. You guys could have done
reunion.
your prom
We
dance. together.
definitely could have. Yeah, we could have reminisced because I never remember what ours was, or at least mine was.
Didn't you say you guys used to like sing the certain song at school?
I'm
all the
sure
time?
if so. Did he go to elementary with me or specifically
I
high
think high
school?
school.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we did that in high school, but we would get like gather for assemblies at the Catholic school, and we would always sing the Rose.
Yeah.
Bette Midler. Or,
Some say love. I know the
Is it
Conway
Bette
Twitty.
Midler?
Bette Midler,
Yeah, yeah.
Conway
Yeah.
Twitty.
yeah,
It's like a river.
and then Leanne Rhymes did it as
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. So we'd always gather for assembly, and it was my favorite part of the day because A, I'm not thinking about math, and B, I get to perform. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Some say love.
Exactly.
It's a good song.
That song.
You sound
good.
so good. Getting back to Bull Scheetz and the driving, thank you to Londonderry Dodge for supplying us with our great vehicles.
We
when
were
drive.
safe. That's why we didn't hit the ditch.
No, that Ram Rebel just it
I
literally
think that's
floats
why
down
you
the road.
have this winter driving privilege. It's
Right.
not everybody is driving a
And you guys,
monster truck
you guys
down
probably
the
That's
road.
got, you guys probably got this too, or would still get it on the radio, and people would say, "I hate those guys in 4x4. They lock it in and then they rip by me and then they're in the ditch." You know, they think that they got, but this thing has got like a 4x4 that kind of goes in and out by itself.
It, like, you don't even have to think about
It's
it.
Oh,
crazy.
that's awesome.
It's,
Yeah, like I can understand how my parents are constantly confused
yeah.
because I'm starting to be confused by things constantly.
You guys, we have been bamboozled like 3 times this week from fake AI
Oh,
videos that we
this-
thought were real.
In our last episode,
It's embarrassing.
my dad comes out of nowhere and he's like, I saw these Halloween costumes on these like elderly women. And I was
And
like,
it was Spice Girl. She had spices on her.
I saw
right?
the same thing, and I was
Yeah.
like, cutest elderly people I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's fake.
AI. Yeah, I had to go deep in
Bamboozled.
the comments, so it's happening to
Yeah.
all
It's
of
a thing,
us.
man.
Yeah, I would say like at least a third of the videos we share to each other, we're like, you see that?
Yeah.
We then find out like a week later, it was fake.
There was the one of the rabbits jumping on the trampoline in the backyard, and I was like, they're so cute. Then when you think about it, you're like, how'd they get up there? There's no way. And then a week later, it's a bunch of black bears jumping on a trampoline. It's the same trampoline. That's not possible.
Are they just hosting animals?
The bears have a rabbit in their mouth. AI, I mean, we were talking about how it's affecting your show and what it's doing. There will be a time when they won't need anybody. They'll just, I know that they could do that now. Not that anyone would want it, but they could create a Chris Scheetz radio station with my voice.
They take your
whole
voice.
Day long.
Yeah. There was a guy in Ohio recently that was. He was scammed out of 20 grand because a video of Elton John was online and it looked so real. And it was him saying, you should come work for this company. They'll help make extra money if you need it. You can make 20 grand just by signing up. And it's just scammers. And it legitimately looks like Elton John talking in this promotion video. It's so scary.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
So I guess
I might have to delete the internet from my parents' existence.
Yeah, it's bad.
Because they just believe everything.
Well, the Facebook articles, we were talking about that as well, that like, it's like Connor McDavid delivered someone's baby in the back of a van. And, like, won the Nobel Prize and then had twins or whatever. And it's like, of course, it looks like a legitimate article. And how grandma is like, Connor McDavid had delivered a baby. It's like, no, he didn't.
But even to her credit, she said, I don't know if that's true.
Oh, good.
The way worse than that is when Connor McDavid tells the world what he really thinks of Stuart Skinner. Or
the fake quotes.
Oh, my gosh. Like, that's terrible because I've had people send that stuff to me and say, see, I knew Connor didn't like Stuart. And I'm like, no, see, that's not real.
Right.
But that's the stuff that's way worse, right? So I can talk about the three of us, maybe the four. We can get ourselves in our own trouble. We don't need somebody to get us in trouble, by making stuff up. Right?
Well, it's so frustrating too, as like a content creator. You work hard on a video that goes online, and let's say it gets 112 likes, and then you see this garbage AI that's impossibly unbelievable.
26,000 likes.
Just like, what's the point?
I've spent hours editing this.
That's so frustrating.
I think that AI, I do really like the glass fruit. Have you seen the
I
glass
have, and they
fruit
cut through it. It's a whole niche thing.
It's like ASMR, and they cut this like glass fruit. It's AI, but it's so satisfying to watch. I'm like, okay, this part of AI can stay.
I can handle this.
I eat my glass fruits every night.
There's one where, and I've never watched it to its completion because I don't want it in my algorithm. But there's one where like they're cutting like a cat or something. Have you ever seen that?
I don't get that.
Okay, well, that's dark.
No,
worried about your algorithm.
Just kidding. Is the cat made of glass?
I don't know.
Because it's like the glass cutting I like, but I would not want to see a real cat.
I've never been a cat fan, but I don't want that to happen.
No,
It
never.
doesn't make any sense at all.
That's grim. Even the thought that somebody is like, I'm going to create this video.
Right. Like
but
how messed up.
I'm sure it gets more likes than anything we've ever posted.
Right.
It's 113 likes.
Yeah.
We've only got 112.
Have you seen the chiropractor AI videos where they like crack a elderly person's back and then like throw them out the window?
It's they like go through the wall.
And you're like, wow, he was pretty rough on her.
He's like,
I hope she's okay. And then all of a sudden he picks her up and like throws her out the window. And you're like, oh, it's AI.
But it's actually kind of funny at the same time. You're like, I don't want to laugh.
That's
but...
like 80% of my algorithm.
That is
so stupid.
I think that's hilarious.
You guys should add that as you guys should add a segment where it's like, what's your algorithm these days? Because they switch up all the time what you're getting.
That's great. Like mine. Well, for a while it was Charlie Kirk. Was just constant, and that went away. And then it's like people singing in their tractors quite often.
See what I mean? Like this is interesting because I would never see that on my algorithm.
No, you'd be like that doesn't happen.
Never ever see that.
Yeah, yeah. What about you? What's your? Oh well, don't talk about it.
The chiropractors mainly right now.
That is so funny.
One of the ones that I can't help look away from is there is this Facebook page that posts pictures of women and they're pretty exclusive to the feet.
Okay.
And I ended up reading the comments.
Foot fetish.
I ended up reading the comments section once, and like I don't have a foot fetish.
Yeah, I like the way Baillie just tucked her feet under.
Yeah, she's like, don't look down.
But I wanted to see the comment section because I was like, oh, I bet this will have some real pervs.
And now they think you're a perv.
And now it's another thing I just can't help myself. I go and read these comments, and like there'll be guys that have their profile picture of them and their wife asking for this woman's phone number. This is the best.
Shameless.
It's so funny.
Shameless people out there just don't care.
That's Yeah, exactly.
So that's my algorithm.
Feet are feet. I mean, what are you going to do? That's so good. Yeah, this is just kind of going everywhere, which is a lot of fun, I think. Maybe we should look at a four-person show. We'll call it The Sauce Is.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
The sauce that the
Scheetz
Scheetz is.
sauce.
Scheetz sauce.
You have a Scheetz sauce.
I do have a Scheetz sauce.
Yeah.
That's another story.
There you go.
Ryder, you're from Saskatchewan.
I am, yeah. Just half an hour inside the border. We went by Alberta time.
Okay.
We're one of the few places in the world
So
that...
you didn't have to adjust.
Yeah, that's right. So when I moved here, but I feel like I'm kind of Albertan in a little way. I'm very proud to be from Saskatchewan.
Right.
But we were so close that
so close,
like
but
our
yet so
city
far.
growing up was Edmonton.
What's
Because
the
it was
name?
just as close as Saskatoon. Maidstone. is
Oh
where I
yeah,
grew up.
yeah. Okay. Years ago, when the Eskimos at the time were in the Grey Cup in Saskatchewan, the Grey Cup parade they had, and there was a motorhome, and it had Alberta plates on it, and the motorhome just had a big sign on the side that said, "Hey Saskatchewan, turn your clocks back." It was just funny.
Yeah, that's
It was
great.
like a troll, but I'm like, hey, no, let's not. Nobody turn their clocks back. I think Saskatchewan's got this figured out. But you grew up. When did you decide you wanted to get into radio?
I think
It chose you probably.
Yeah, kind of. My mom at about 17, when she couldn't think of me doing anything else and succeeding, probably was like, "Hey, have you ever thought about just like talking professionally?"
Because you talk so much.
Yeah.
And she lined up this open house at WABC in Saskatoon. They were just having people come through. And so I went and checked it out. And then I decided to do some other stuff for a bit. Went to college, kind of. Took a couple classes, dropped out of most. And then I was like, well, this radio thing sounds good. That can kind of be, let's go back to that. That seemed more interesting than anything I discovered in
Shout
college.
out to your mom. Like,
Yeah, that's
not
what I was
many-
going to say.
Yeah.
Not a lot of parents are like, hey, radio right
Yeah,
away.
totally.
It's something they
She
kind of
must
have
have
to...
really-
Most parents are like, don't do the radio thing.
Yeah.
She definitely had low expectations.
Yeah, totally.
Whoa,
Especially
man.
if you
Now that I think about it.
once you tell them what both your brothers do for a living too, it's true. Like
What are your brothers?
one
do?
of them has a law degree, the other one's a leadership development coach.
Yeah,
who
they
went to
both-
school to be.
They both own businesses.
Yeah.
One just wrote a book. The other runs a company that's growing like crazy. And
I always said, if
great.
you have 3 kids, you're going to have one of those.
and it's usually the youngest.
And
It's
that's
crazy
us. We're both the youngest.
how many radio people I meet that are the youngest sibling.
Yeah, it's
There's just
kind of a
something
common
about
thing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, but anyway, my parents, and I talked about this when I speak, it's like they didn't come up with the idea for me to get into radio, but when I said I was going to get into radio, 100% supportive. Like
Yeah.
the right thing for the farm was for me to stay on that farm and help my dad, and they're like, you know, mind you, they did buy me luggage for a grad gift. Maybe that was
Yeah,
a
I
hint.
think that they
Yeah.
wanted your voice out. They were like, talk somewhere else, please.
They were done with
Somebody's going to listen to him.
it. But
Yeah, my mom also wanted to sign me up for auctioneering school. So she was really like,
Wow,
this,
you must be
this
have been
kid
talking
talks.
a lot and really fast.
I guess so.
Are you sitting down, Ryder? November 17th, I'm going to auctioneer school.
Get
Really?
out.
It's like a dream of his.
I've always
that he's
wanted it. It's
fulfilling.
like number one on my bucket list is to go to auctioneer
You'd
school.
be amazing at it.
Man,
So
yeah, especially with your connections.
I kind of do it. I
rural
kind of
communities.
do it. Like
Fakes
I
it.
did it. I've done it illegally because it's illegal. Like if you don't have,
Oh.
Because you're
You have to
need
Why
your-
is that?
you need your
certified auctioneer.
Certified
You know
auctioneer.
how
You need your
not
degree.
bad the ass that is when you're in jail talking with guys?
yeah.
What are you in for?
I killed a guy. You illegal auctioneer.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So anyway, so there you go. I'm pretty pumped about that.
It's
I've
never
been
too late to fulfill your
and,
dreams.
but
Exactly.
My biggest problem, and I'm hoping they can help me with it, but I don't know if they can. But ADHD is, runs rampantly through my body. I never can remember when you're taking a bid. Like let's say I go, okay, give me 800, now 9, now 9, now 9, and but I can't remember if I'm at 8 or 9. Like because you're looking for 9, but you're at 8. So my wife's like, oh, she's always. I look at her and she's like, you're at 8. Because I can't keep track.
She's
Yeah.
got you. You're
But
kind of like a 2-person gig, though.
Yeah.
Like
But
if
that's
you're getting
everything.
hired,
That's my
care's
whole-
coming.
She's
But
always
that's-
my two. Yeah,
That's
she's
everything.
2-person.
Yeah.
I would be naked right now if it wasn't for her.
You wouldn't
the
have
best.
brushed your
Because
teeth.
I came home from my event and my clothes that I was wearing for this were laid out. My underwear were in my pocket, so I kept them there. It's
She's
just
the best.
honestly, she is the best.
Yeah.
She's absolutely. The
I
best.
hope I don't go to jail for this, but I've done a little fake auctioneering myself.
What do you mean?
You
Well,
two
just
can
at a-
share a cell.
Just at a couple events when they're like, "Oh, you want to help us sell this?" And
Yeah.
I'll just and what I say is, I don't know how to do this, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know what I'm going on. And I just continually tell them I'm not an auctioneer. Wow.
Yeah.
No,
auctioneering.
It works better.
Yeah, I would
Your
say
basis
you
then.
could definitely fight that in court if you're if you actually listen to what I was saying.
Yeah, I was admitting that I'm not.
Look for the small print. This isn't legal. This isn't legal. 900. This isn't legal. This isn't legal. Somebody give me 900. Yeah, one time, the very first time I did it was at a church pie sale, and I remember going apple pie, apple pie, apple pie, apple pie, 900 now apple pie. We sold
You
the
sold
pies
it for 900.
Oh, it was crazy.
Wow.
It
Is
was
the
crazy.
auctioneering school still in Camrose? That's where
This
Mom
one's in
wanted me to
Edmonton.
go. Okay.
This one's in Edmonton.
Cool.
Yeah. So it takes a week or so, depending on how quickly you learn. I might be there for a month. We'll see.
Right.
Because but yeah, it's so that's pretty pumped. So there.
Well,
there
it's
you go.
cool. I don't know for sure, but I feel like there were some guys back in my hometown that used to do it, and there's a commission. So if you are at a farm sale,
Yeah.
for example, you're going through potentially, if you're doing machinery, millions of dollars worth of stuff.
That's cool.
So if you're taking a 1% share of that, and
Get
if
her
you're good at
done.
your job and you can get them that much more, like
You got my attention.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
feel
mean,
like
honestly,
you're doing it for the dream, but maybe
All
we
right.
should be.
Ritchie Brothers. We can do it. We can do it. So you got into radio. You spent a long time in Bonnieville because I never answered any of your emails, but Jackie
Yeah.
Ray did.
Seriously.
Yeah, I did the small town tour, which is kind of what a lot of people had to do when they got in. When I got in, was spend a few years in the small markets, just getting your wheels under you. So I did 2 years Lloyd, 3 years Bonnieville, and that's when I was wondering if it was going to work. All my buddies were making so much more money than me.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then I got an offer from Saskatoon to go do mornings there. And it was cool because it was the first station I'd worked on and one of the few stations in the country that was really zoning in on a younger audience. And so most of my humor is fairly immature. And it just lined up that I had started on the country station talking to the farming communities in and around Lloyd. And I could connect with them, but it wasn't like my bread and butter. And so I ended up on Wired in Saskatoon, and it just really felt like a fit. And I made a whole bunch of noise in a couple of years there. And then I got some pretty cool offers, spent about a week in Vancouver before they replaced me out there with the number one guy in the market across the street and asked for my job and made a TV show about it.
Oh, wow.
Which was a really interesting time in my life.
So
Wow.
you had a radio job in Vancouver for a week?
Yeah.
No, not a week. I
That
was there for
felt like a week.
7
though.
months, I
Okay.
think. But they moved my ex-wife, who was pregnant at the time, and I out to
Mhm.
Vancouver.
That's rough.
And then we're like, this is it. Like,
He has an ex-wife?
yeah, I haven't told you that.
No.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Charlie's mom. Yeah, and then a few months later, they're like, "Hey, we got some big news. We're bringing this guy over, and he's thinking he might want you as his co-host."
Okay.
And I said, "Well, I think I'm just going to take the morning show offer I have in Edmonton." And they said, "You have a morning show offer in Edmonton? Why didn't you tell us?" I was like, "Because I wasn't going to take it."
Yeah.
Like,
No
but now
kidding.
I'm going to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding.
And it was the best thing ever because I got back here and it felt like the same connection I had in Saskatoon, whereas in Vancouver, our job on the radio, 99% of it is connecting.
Mhm.
And I just didn't understand the people out there. I didn't understand the lifestyle. I didn't
Yeah, how
understand
about the traffic? Ha, ha, ha.
trains.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Right?
yeah, I'd make a joke about like, not a rude joke, but just mention like a Hutterite colony. And then I'd have to explain what a Hutterite colony was. And it really took away from the flow of the break.
Yeah, in
This is-
Vancouver it would.
Yeah, right. So coming back to Edmonton, I ended up feeling like I'm back on the prairies. I'm back talking to people that grew up in a similar way that I did and followed the same sports teams. And we're doing this, playing slow pitch and doing just what I was doing. So it felt like the best thing that could have happened, actually.
I had opportunities sometimes to leave to go to other markets, and I that's what scared me the most. Not I just never would want to leave, but that scared me too because it's so easy when you're talking to your people
Yeah.
and you're one of those people.
Yeah.
But like, how do you do that in Winnipeg if you're from Edmonton?
Yeah,
it's-
I don't have a clue, or
tough.
Vancouver, or even Calgary.
Whenever
Right.
you put into a place, you've grown your audience and been able to connect with more people. You move, and in radio, they don't know.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, with social media, it's a little different now. Maybe you do have some of your following that can come with you and stuff. But yeah, after I had put a few years in here and loved it, I realized, well, no matter what, I'm just going to make Edmonton work because I
Right.
want to be here, and that's where my audience is now. So
All right. Well, it wasn't always radio for Lisa, I don't think.
No, not really.
I think when we were talking as we were driving here in the Londonderry Dodge Ram Rebel, you said that Lisa was the original what?
No, I remember your tweets blowing up, like on Twitter back in the day. Before before you were on the radio, you were like the Edmonton funny girl on Twitter. You were like Alex Cooper before Alex Cooper, but like that kind of thing where like you had this relatable
Did
humor.
you say Alice Cooper?
Alex.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I did go through a phase. There was a lot of heavy eyeliner and dark hair at one point, but not to that extent.
She was a bit of an Alice Cooper hybrid on Twitter. But I remember that where everyone was like, "Oh, Lisa, like you were gaining traction online before the radio," which I think is a different experience from these two who started more so on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, I didn't really know what I wanted to do after I graduated high school. I never went to
You just wanted
post-secondary.
to get away from Renato.
But you were cool.
But I was so cool. So I was like, there's so many options for me out there. No, but I just immediately just worked. I was working as a bartender at Hudson's. I was there forever. I was a lifer at Hudson's. And I was like, maybe I want to be an actor. Maybe I want to do Broadway. I always did stand-up at children's theater. I was like obsessed with that for so long. It truly helped me to grow as now a broadcaster. I think that's where it all started, was like performing and being on stage and getting comfortable in front of people. But I was never good enough. I was never the lead role. You know what I mean? So like, you're like, okay, what else can I do? And I remember thinking, okay, well, maybe I could do television. Like maybe I could be a broadcaster on TV. That sounds fun. And when I was working at Hudson's, there was a girl there, Julie, who worked, and she was on the street team at City TV at the time. She's like, well, just come be on the street team. Like, let's see if you enjoy it. So that's where I started, with City TV, and got my foot in the door that way. And that's when I met Chris Scheetz, because I was the street teamer at a movie premiere.
And
I can't remember what movie it was.
I was going to ask if you remembered, but it was West Edmonton Mall.
It was.
And I literally, I've got like I got like a memory like a goldfish.
Yeah,
but I remember that night. I swear I remember that night when you were there, and it was just like this person, this young person, has so much attitude, and she's got this incredible voice. And I think I was program director at the time, but I was just always kind of looking for the next whoever it was, right? And I remember just saying, and we did this giveaway together, and you were just like so natural and so awesome. Like, I can't remember what we did, whether we threw ask questions about the movie, whatever. But I remember just thinking, man, this girl has got it, right?
Well, thank you, because it actually wasn't supposed to be me. So that's why it's such a cool thing to think about how things can grow and become into something, because it wasn't supposed to be me that was talking. Right. I think whoever was the actual broadcaster was late.
Right.
So me as a street teamer, I was like, well, I could do it.
Yeah.
So that's when I got on the mic
how
with
many
you.
street teamers say that? Not many.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. So
like, get that person from Cineplex Odeon to do it, that just to grab the popcorn out of the garbage.
It is crazy though, because I've seen her at a bar when we're hosting events there, and when she gets on a mic in front of a bar full of people that aren't really listening, she can control a room immediately. And I don't have that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have.
Well, you should try her method. Shut the up.
Yeah. Sit down and shut up. The movie's about to start.
But I can see why she immediately was like, I got this.
Well,
instantly.
I remember exactly what happened, because I handed the mic to Chris, and it was his turn to be the star of the room. Everyone knew who he was. And before
they started booing.
Even though it was his time to shine and talk, he took a moment to be like, you should be in radio. You should be in radio. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. He looked at me and said, you need to be in radio. And then he got it right into his script. And that's all I heard. And it kind of turned a light bulb on for me. And I went, well, maybe TV's not it. Maybe I'm in the wrong one.
You've got TV looks. It's not like, Ryder and I. Ryder and I are only radio guys. But
there is something different about radio.
There's
too.
No disrespect to TV people.
No, totally.
But you're not a TV person.
No,
you're not. You're not a TV person. You're
like maybe much VJ back in the day.
Maybe.
Well, that was what everyone wanted to be.
Oh, 100%.
Those jobs are so few and far between too. Whereas radio, I mean, even in Bonnieville, you can go and find a job. Like there aren't fun TV gigs in those markets.
No, exactly.
So you got in my head about that, and then I'll never forget. There was one street team shift that I had a couple weeks later, and I was on the street team with another guy, and he goes, "So what'd you do this weekend?" And I went, oh man, I got so wasted last night. I woke up and realized I used my thong as a hair elastic to puke. You? And he goes, I hung out with my my church friends, and I went, I gotta get the hell out of here. No, literally. And I was like, I'm not joking. I was like, I need a job in radio. And I tweeted Ryder and I said, am I your co-host yet? Swear to God.
Wow.
That's what caused me. And I quit my job at City TV, and I became a street teamer with Harvard Media. immediately after that because I tweeted you. You didn't even know I lived in Edmonton. You thought I was like a comedian in LA.
I just followed her because of the Twitter.
They were so good.
She had
Thank you.
thousands of followers, and back then there weren't a lot of accounts that were known.
It wasn't the
like
same
now.
thing. It was like this was the Edmonton person like having good Twitter jokes.
Yeah,
which
free
really,
influencer.
Yeah, 100%. I remember it too.
You thought she was like a Hollywood babe, so
I thought she was just this hilarious comedian. Yeah. And then when she tweeted me that, I was like, whoa, what's this? And I looked back on some of her tweets and I saw that she had tweeted something about White
Ab or something, yeah.
And so I reached out immediately and said, like, we'll get you on our street team and I'd love for you to come in on the show. At that point, I was doing the show by myself, which in mornings in Edmonton, which is such a competitive market, you can quickly feel like you're drowning when you're doing it by yourself because you're seeing these other teams that are out doing things. And I'm there just grinding solo. And there are some people that do it very well. Like I want to give a shout out to Gardner Andrews.
Of course.
What a run he's had.
Amazing.
And he's made the callers as co-hosts. And that's such an art.
Yeah.
And I had worked with co-hosts in the past and was really missing it.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, come in once a week. And I think our first segment was called Funniest Girl on Twitter. And she would just give her opinions on things. But it was immediate. The audience was on board. And at that time, my male numbers were decent, but my female numbers were lacking. And I was on a station that was targeting females.
Yeah.
Yeah, real popular with the pros. And so
they're really going to like you in auctioneer jail.
Yeah, you're going to be a favorite.
But it was obvious to management at that point that if we were going to want those female numbers up, maybe the answer is adding a really talented, charismatic,
I just kept showing up.
Yeah,
I wasn't even getting paid. I was just showing up. And like it went from me sitting in once a week for an hour to a full show a week to 2 shows a week to finally full-time salary paying job. And that was 12 years ago now.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? And you're right. I love when Chris Scheetz is, when you see people that we work with in the industry and you're like, I'm the reason she's got that job. You're welcome. Like I always hear about that.
She's never like, I wish she'd stop telling people that.
I'm like,
she's
it's true.
It's legit.
Because I'm proud. I'm like a proud radio dad.
It's true.
I'm proud of it.
I remember that moment of you giving like
if
truly.
you had gone on the radio and shit the bed, I would have told you.
Yeah, of course not. But I'll never forget that moment because you took that time and I was just a street teamer. And I'm sure you treated your street teamers so
pretty much
well.
I told all of them, get in a radio.
Yeah. But the way that you made me feel,
often.
like it's crazy how that can impact someone's future. Like you could say one thing to a kid. Like I remember I loved doing Sandwich Children's Theater. And then one day someone was like, I don't really know if it's easy to get into Broadway. Like I wouldn't try. And I stopped trying. That's all it takes. So when somebody puts hope in your ear like that and they're like, you'd be really good at this, take it and run with it because no one's saying that to you just because. Like it genuinely you're doing something that could work.
Yeah. And I've said it many times and you're a perfect example of it, but we all need somebody that believes in us or gives us that. Like honestly, you need to believe in yourself, obviously. But you got to find people, and if you don't have people in your life, in your workplace or whatever, or your relationships that don't believe in you, then you got to move on and find people that believe in you because that's a perfect example. It's just like, and one thing said there, and when I left the radio station, I heard from people that said, and they talk about these little things that I thought you'd done that made such a huge difference in their lives. So you can. Somebody said recently, I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about the world and how it's such a mess, and they said just sweep hard in your little corner of it. Like sweep hard, clean it up, and do that kind of stuff, right? So there's just kind of, who would have thought we would have a little bit of a life lesson in the middle of this?
Look at us.
Got really deep.
This is deep. It's so special.
I think we could do a group hug right now.
We should hug.
Except all our mics would get
and I'm really sweaty.
Yeah, we're all very warm.
I first thought you said sweep heart into your corner, and I was like, oh, that's pretty romantic.
Like, wow, this is so
I
profound.
Sweep hard in your corner.
No, and I have to give credit to Ryder as well because I walked into that radio station for the first time and he was like, come sit in. And the first thing he said was, Lisa, if I can make one person's day or make one person smile, I've done my job. Like that's the world. And I've taken that as well and ran with that. Yeah. And
there was a few stretches with ratings where I thought there might only be one person who was making smile.
Probably.
But there was one. You were never talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember realizing very quickly, and probably what made me fall in love with radio wasn't like most radio hosts' story where they listen all the time growing up and they listen under their sheets and just get addicted to it.
What do you mean by under their sheets?
Yeah, what are we talking here? Is this a pun because of you used to listen to Chris as a kid? what's going on. Just kidding.
But for me, it was never like that. I wasn't a big country music fan. And growing up, there was just AM country stations as the option.
Yeah.
But took a chance at it, got into it, and I think I've had a fairly unique angle at what I wanted to do on the radio in comparison to most who maybe were shaped by other hosts and stuff. I didn't really have that. I was just kind of coming in wanting to cause nonsense. But there was a lady that was from my hometown who was going through chemo treatments and driving to Saskatoon every couple days or whatever it was to go and get some help at the hospital there because our small town hospital didn't have what was needed. And she said the only thing that made her feel normal was listening to me on the radio on the drive. And at the time I'm not a good host, trying to figure it out, getting my wheels under me. But it was that
you
day
were
that
constant. You were something that like she could depend on.
yeah, it was that day I realized how important we could be in people's lives and how we could give them a break from their tough realities. And most people got something going on that they'd like a break from once in a while. And knowing that we had the opportunity to do that, or that I had the opportunity to do that, all of a sudden it kind of clicked, and I was like, oh, I can take this seriously while still being a complete idiot most of the time.
Right.
But I can take it seriously that I'm being an idiot.
Yeah. No, you're making a difference. You know, and that's an incredible story. And that's you take it for granted sometimes, but when you hear things like that, you're like, holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But not necessarily have to even be good, just have to be there. You know?
Yeah.
Well, our new slogan for our show is what did we go with again? It's nice that I forgot it already.
Me too.
Connection over perfection.
Yeah, that's the one.
I like that I screwed it up.
Yeah, but
It all
me
works.
blanking. I'm like, sorry.
You got it. It's
not
only
like-
week one.
It's
Yeah,
not written
five
anywhere
shows.
yet.
Oh, okay.
It's
We
just
should write that down.
our
It's written-
personal
It's
motto.
written in your heart.
Yeah.
That way you go a little easier on yourself when the cameras aren't working right, or
Oh.
the sound's down, or you say something you shouldn't have. If it's connection over perfection, as long as you're constantly getting back to trying to be a part of people's world in a good way, I think who cares if you screw up?
I think that as we have laptops propped up on boxes from Costco, I think that's actually like
It's true.
and we're like sweating because the furnace is right beside us. I think that's a good takeaway for us as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see it in light behind your hands.
Yeah, please.
Have you
Connection
copywritten
over
that? Yeah.
perfection.
I'm gonna get it
It's
tattooed.
not
on me.
copywritten, so go for it. You guys can use it too.
We're gonna steal so much from you guys.
The secret sauce.
We're gonna be like AI, but we're
It's just us. I'm
it's
like,
just
yeah.
us.
I'm
doing
What
it.
did Ryder and Lisa talk about on the sauce this week? All right, we got our prep for the day.
We're definitely gonna do your algorithm of the week. for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's
Totally.
idea.
It's a great question.
that's the one we got for sure.
Yeah.
So you get into radio, you work with Ryder, you've answered all of those questions basically, and it's just been an incredible run. Obviously, a couple things. Before we talk about what's going on now in your life and how difficult this whole 2 hours of straight, how wonderful it is, but how difficult it
The
is.
transition.
Different.
Yeah.
The football. I hosted the Elks games for 17 years. They were the Eskimos, and loved that job. My favorite job of all the jobs that I've ever done,
Wow.
honestly, by
Yeah.
far.
Cool.
Except for that one movie that I did with Lisa, but it was just the greatest thing. But it was time, and you'll understand this. It's really hard on the schedule because when football games happen in the CFL on nice summer days, or when people are getting married.
When your buddies are all going to the lake for the weekend, and you're like, can't. I work.
So I 17 years of that. I missed one game in 17 years.
Wow.
It was for one wedding, and so it was a big sacrifice.
That is incredible.
You never think that it's going to be 17 years when you start anything,
No.
or you never think it's going to be 35 years, or it's never going to be 12 years. But then all of a sudden one day it is. But it was just the greatest thing. And then Ashley Collingbull, the very first year I worked, she was like one of our first. Was she our first podcast guest with her dad? She might have been.
She was definitely one of your
Kathy and
first.
Matt were first, but
Right.
she was next.
Yeah, and Ashley, and so they said, hey, we're going to bring this Ashley Collingbull in, and first thing I did was Google her, and then the second thing I did was Google her.
Yeah.
And then you said,
What else?
Why do you think they would want to bring her in? Like, I'm
Yeah.
doing such a good job.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Internationally renowned model that
Yeah.
loves this
Illustrated.
team.
That
Yeah.
can public speak and can.
Yeah. And so I thought, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
This is going to be, I can just imagine dealing with this diva. And Ryder knows she is the opposite of that. Like
she's cool.
Absolutely lovely.
I tell people, when they'd ask me what's Ashley like, I said, you know what? She's beautiful, and she's beautiful, and they say, yeah. I said that is like the smallest part of her.
The least interesting thing about
yeah,
her.
it's my fourth favorite thing about her. Honestly, she's unbelievable.
Cool.
Yeah. Just it was crazy. So working with her for a year was fantastic, and then it was time. So then you had an opportunity to work with her for a year, and now you've done the job, and things are turning around, and I hope you had a couple of good games where you got the feel for actually what it can be like there. Right?
Yeah, the Labor Day rematch this year, and then the following game, which just both happened to be wins.
Yeah,
and Saskatchewan was there, and the lower bowl was packed, and it felt so awesome.
Yeah.
So when you originally told me like this is the best job you'll ever have, there were some games where I'd be like, make some noise, and people behind me would be like, shut the hell up.
Yeah, he'd hear like somebody just burp.
Yeah. So there were a few games where I was like, man, Chris liked this much?
What kind of a sadistic person is
Yeah,
he?
but I mean, if you think about 17 seasons,
Yeah.
there were
Some of the
some
glory days
good
in that
games.
stretch.
We had some 45, 50,000.
Oh yeah, I was up in
incredible.
College Corner. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
And
Those were the good
got a
times.
chance to do some great cups, and oh my god, it was so it's going to come around again. And you can also feel when and you probably did when you get a crowd in there and they're making a difference and they're making noise, you actually like, look at me, I'm not a football player, but you feel like you're part of the team.
Yeah, totally.
Like at the end of the game, maybe Ed Hervey would be standing beside me, the general manager would be like, Chris, crank them up. I'm like, yes, sir. And so and then they would make noise, and then the other team would go offside, and you'd be just like, oh my gosh, like I did that.
Feels like you just
same high as playing.
You just got a touchdown.
So it was incredible. So and you do a great job, and the next year's going to be even better, and it's going to be good. So that's awesome.
And thank you for passing the torch on that. I remember I reached out to you when the job availability was. I was made aware of it, and the first person I reached out to was you to just say like, "What's the deal on this gig?" And you're like, "Go for it."
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Okay, I'm going for it."
100%. Well, we're going to talk about love. That's going to be the last thing we're going to talk about. But let's talk about the show now, and the difference is, again, and I can relate. Not to make this about me, but I did some stuff on 6:30.
So far, you've been like, I made Lisa's career, and I gave this amazing opportunity to Ryder, but not to make this about me.
And Bailey, you wouldn't be here if it weren't for me.
And those
Allegedly.
all three of you wouldn't be here without me. But doing radio, doing a talk radio on Ched, and I'd go in and do the 9 to noon show, fill in, and I had a show that I did called the Scheetz Show every week, which kind of was like an early podcast before they were podcasts. I talked to guests, and it was awesome. But going in 9 to noon, and you'd start talking on that microphone, and you'd start looking at the digital clock in front of you, and you'd be like, okay, the break is 4 minutes away. I have nothing else to say. I would be like starting to speed up talking, which you should do the opposite of.
But you got nervous.
And you literally going, where's Garth Brooks? I want to play Garth Brooks. I want to hit that Garth Brooks button, right? And there's no Garth Brooks. And it's like, oh my gosh, it is next level talk radio. And basically that's what you guys are doing now.
Yeah, minus the commercial.
Yeah.
There's not even a chance for us to
Zero
poop in a group. Like once we start, we know we're on for the next 2 hours.
2 hours.
You're right.
What do you do if you have to go to the washroom?
We have yet to deal with that. Okay. All of us and our producer Reese, who is a lovely, lovely Gen Z, which is perfect for us because I
tell
want
you
that.
If things are AI or not.
Yeah, he literally was like, "Sorry guys, I hate to tell you, but this is not real." We're like, "Damn it!" But he's been training his body to not have to go to the bathroom for 2 hours. I'm like, I need to learn because I always have to go. Like, I'm like, there's 2 minutes till we're live, and I'm like,
the first show you were running in right away.
It's hard, but if we do have to go, we have like we have some digital work that says "Be right back." Either that, or maybe we'll get comfortable enough that one person just runs the show for a couple minutes. But
Lisa's
I'm not ready for that.
Scared the shit out of me not to do that though. She's like,
"Don't
if you
you
leave me
dare."
for going to the bathroom. So I've started drinking Metamucil in the morning to clog me up for the show. I'm not kidding.
Why would that be?
I don't know.
You could talk for an hour by yourself.
Maybe.
Yeah,
you're probably right. I just need to like feel more comfortable in this
is
space.
First week, I get it.
I guess.
The first week.
I've watched Lisa do stand-up comedy a couple times too, and she would be an absolute killer if she kept doing it.
Yeah.
And the one time she was opening for Eliza Schlesinger.
Schlesinger, yeah.
And she was supposed to just go out and welcome everybody.
And I was like, I'm going to try stand up. I'm on this stage.
I said, do it. Like,
it's the right audience.
They're not going to kick you off. Go up and do 5 minutes. You're going to have a loud, rowdy crowd.
Yeah.
See if you like it. Like, knowing how funny she is. And apparently she came off. Her friend was there, and I was like, how did it go? She's like, she absolutely crushed it. And when she came off, I was like, how was that? And Lisa said, not for me. And that was
Not
it.
for me.
Like, and you won the both of you won the stand up, the media talent thing, didn't you?
Yeah, Lisa won the digital.
Mine was the digital one, so that doesn't really count. I got to edit it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like straight comedy on stage.
I did it a couple of times, and I was tough. Like,
it's tough
because my problem was not waiting, like not pacing myself properly.
Same with me. I would just rush through it and got the hell out of there.
Waiting for the laughs, and if there isn't laughs, you're like, you know. And I mean, I host all the time, and I had something like that happened to me in Drayton Valley where there wasn't laughs after a joke, and you're just like, okay.
It's the worst.
I did a corporate Christmas party last year for a couple car dealerships, and I had done stand-up at this point probably 20, 25 times. I did open the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival for 9,000 people, so I feel like even the headliner that night said, this is the biggest show I've ever done, and I had just done that show, and I'd only done stand-up 10 times at the time. But so I thought I could do a corporate Christmas party. Yeah. They didn't have the bar open until I was done. They hadn't eaten yet. It was 8:30.
So think of everyone waiting for a drink, starving.
They surprised everybody with it and said, like, we got a surprise for you guys before dinner. We're going to welcome a local radio host who's going to do some stand-up comedy for you.
Sounds like hell.
Yeah.
No,
if you're not ready for a stand-up comedian and it comes impromptu,
surprise stand-up when you're hungry.
Yeah, no.
And the bar closed at a Christmas party. Like, I almost told them, no, open the bar back up. I should have.
Let's do that.
Then I would have been super popular.
For sure.
I could tell I had my first joke, which I thought was really good. And I said, everybody feeling merry? And they said, yeah. I go, well, Mary just asked me to ask you to stop doing that. She's uncomfortable. And like dead.
Yeah. And they're like,
I am absolutely screwed.
Now
what?
It's awful. So I can't do the bathroom break yet. He has to stay and hold it in. Either that or we're using the digital that says be right back. But yeah, no, going from a morning radio show that's like 4 hours where you talk how many minutes an hour?
Like, we were doing probably 10 songs an hour. So we were doing 15 minutes of talk an hour.
Probably. Yeah, maybe 15 minutes to now 2 hours of prep nonstop has been such a, I mean, it's good. It's good to challenge yourself and to take risks like that. But it is wild. It's so different.
The first day too, we were used to radio where once you're finished a topic, you can either tease what's coming up next.
You can hit that out.
Or when there's laughs, you just ditch. And
now
so
it's like, anyway, what's next? Like, it's so weird.
So the first day felt really off. And it's interesting that one's going to get 10 times more views than any, because everybody's like, I want to see what these guys are up to.
They're like, these guys suck. I'm not coming back.
But if you're going to watch one on YouTube or listen to one.
The first one does the best.
The fifth. Go with the fifth. Yeah. Today was our best show. Yeah, we had a great show today.
Like, I listened to it, actually, like when I was walking. And so I didn't watch the video, but the audio, I felt like the first show was great.
Oh, you're the best.
Thank you.
I really did.
Imposter syndrome. Yeah, I think we all deal with it, right?
The first time you're just like, it felt really great, and there was lots of flow, and you had the mayor. I thought it was really good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was a cool.
Your first guest being the mayor was exciting.
I asked him on Instagram, and his people got back to me right away and said yes immediately. I'm like, whoa, that wasn't supposed to be that easy.
Yeah.
I thought I'd at least have to get an
won
email.
the election, right? Like, he doesn't need to do this.
Yeah, he can be too cool.
Yeah,
he even said afterwards, I'll do it anytime. Let me know.
You're like, tomorrow then?
Yeah, can you come back every day and just...
Are you just a third host?
So then the next day, or I guess 2 days later, I did the same thing with Sean Avery, NHL troublemaker more than anything. But I thought he'd be a great interview.
Yeah.
So I reached out to him on Instagram. Sure enough, he gets back to me. He's in. So we find out we're going to do it at about 8:30. We do the first half an hour of the show. We lined up
waiting for him.
When he was going to call, sent him the link. He said he was good to go. We get to 8:30 and our producer's like, he's nowhere to be found.
So now we're scrambling. 2 hours live. I'm like looking at him, trying to communicate with the producer. I'm like, do we just say into the mic, our guest isn't showing up? Like, it was super awkward. And then we later find out, he emails me back 4 hours later and he's like, sorry, I ran into a buddy on the streets of New York and we got stoned. I forgot about you. I'm like, That's the most Sean Avery
Yeah.
response
Well, yeah.
ever.
Like,
I forgot.
what did you expect? Anything
Right.
different?
I guess so.
We have the
You did,
Sean
you did.
Avery Award now in our
Yeah.
studio for anybody that ghosts us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We write their name
You
down.
kind
on
of
the plaque.
got to have some fun with it. So
Yeah.
it's been a learning curve for us for sure. It's different, but we're loving it.
Yeah. Well, you're loving the sleep.
Mhm.
And the sleep.
But yeah, and you're challenging yourself. And
Well, it's cool to see like the technology, like we were saying, how much is changing things. The ability to connect with people in different ways on YouTube chat, and the way we're able to get in front of people now rather than just for them to hear us is great. And I think there's a lot of storytelling that is facial expressions, and people can feel like they can connect with us more if they want to, or they can just listen. I don't know. It just feels like a really cool move to challenge ourselves in a different way.
I think it's great, and you can
Thank
still
you.
connect with your radio people.
Yeah.
Because you still do the 5 to 8 thing, right?
You got it.
And so they don't not have you.
Yeah.
And they've just got other ways
And they
to
can sleep in a little bit too.
They can sleep in a little bit too. They can have dinner with us. Like, we can be with them for their commute home.
They're winter
It's
driving.
all
Yeah.
good.
No
When
doubt.
they're hitting their brakes on the
with their
bridge.
other hazards on. It
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, this section is called the love sheets. I just made that up.
Oh,
Love
that sounds kind of creepy. I don't
love
know.
sheets? Sheets love?
They're definitely silk.
They're definitely silk. Brought to you by Custom Carmen Goldsmith in Devon. We had a chance to visit Terry and Lynn this week, and they've got basically what they're doing is they're changing their I guess their work model
Inventory.
They're selling everything in the store, silver, gold is like a crazy amount of money now. And so like Terry said to me, he says, Chris, legitimately, so till the 15th of this month, silver is on 40% off.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, so from the 15th to the whatever
30th.
third-
It's gold.
it's going to be gold. And so the bottom line is it's a legitimate sale.
Yeah, he says when other jewelers have sales, they mark everything up and then
Yeah.
put the sale on, so it's not a real sale. So
Yeah.
we got some tricks of the trade. He said, no, this is like our original price is
Yeah.
40%.
And we went
off.
there and it was busy. And we had
Yeah.
her name
Nicole.
was
We had Nicole come in. It was very lucky. We were visiting our clients at Carmen Custom Goldsmith, and Nicole comes in, looks shocked to see us, and says, I was just listening to your podcast.
Yes.
Keep in
Tell
mind
us the owners heard this.
Yeah, they did. And this woman had a ring stuck on her finger.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are you not panicking? How did you have time to put on a podcast? Like, to me, that, like, I got claustrophobic even just looking at it.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, no, it's fine. And she was so chill asking us about the podcast, everything she'd heard. But
Exactly.
Her fingers like blowing up like that blueberry girl on Willy Wonka.
yeah, so shout out to Nicole, who made us look very good.
Yeah.
good.
Shout out to Custom Carmen Goldsmith. Go visit them in Devon.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. They got a crazy
So many
amount.
really nice pieces.
Yeah.
I was trying to do some Christmas shopping, but
Pearls and all sorts of things like that. This ring they made for me, it's
Oh,
got
wow.
the kissing thing on it.
Yeah.
Actually, when I left the radio station, that was they're just great people.
maybe
It's
you
really
could get
nice.
the sauce. Like maybe you could
Yeah.
get like knuckle rings or
Ooh.
something. Like that
I
could be
like
really
that.
cool.
Yeah.
That'll be popular in jail too for that auctioneering
Yeah.
stuff.
Or you could get a wedding band.
I was gonna say that'd be perfect.
Hint, 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 hint. That's why we call it love sheets. So
Why don't you call it Between the Sheets?
see, we were gonna at one point we were gonna call this podcast that, but then we thought
That's a bit
Dad is
weird.
daughter.
You know what that reminds me of? There's a scene on Arrested Development where Maybe and her uncle get George Michael, whatever, get up on stage and are singing at a
Yeah.
karaoke Christmas party.
Afternoon delight.
And they sing
Yeah.
Afternoon Delight, and about halfway through, they realize it's about humping, and it just got so uncomfortable.
And they're just like slowing down their words more and more, looking at each other like, this is so
yeah,
gross.
it's one of the best
Yeah.
scenes in TV history.
Yeah, good thing you guys didn't go with that podcast name.
It's a great name for a podcast.
It
Not-
is.
Yeah.
Not for our.
Not
if
for
you-
you.
Not
no,
for
if
ours.
your last name is Scheetz and you're a
Yeah.
couple,
That's perfect.
Yeah.
yeah, go
Karen
for
and I
it.
did it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spin-off.
Should be Karen.
She's not doing it,
No.
guaranteed. So so for those that don't know, you two are engaged.
We are.
You hard like maybe
Hard
the
launch.
hardest hard launch of all time.
I
Like,
think you're right.
My phone was blowing up, and
Yeah.
I'm like people were sending this to me like, oh my god, this is happening.
Who are Ryder and Lisa?
Yeah,
and
they're
why
like-
are they getting married?
Why? Who are these people
I
that are
don't
popping
know.
up on my feed?
I don't know
People were
why,
like it
but
was
yeah.
it was an Edmonton heritage moment, I think, when that Instagram post dropped.
Well, and the best part was for us when we were like, should we just post it? Like, who cares? Like, let's just post it. And we were trying to brainstorm like caption ideas. Like, what should we caption it? You know, you overthink Instagram and social media. And then we looked at each other, we're like, let's no caption it. Let's just post the
That's-
picture.
that's a
no
hard launch.
context. That's how you
Yeah.
hard launch. Yeah,
How-
it was fun.
Well, we'll get to the engagement itself, but how did that feel? Like kind of putting that out into the world, right? Like so there was speculation going on in the world, of course, like, are they, aren't they, whatever. But then it was like, oh no, we're together and also we're getting married.
Yeah. I think there was a stretch where we wanted to be open about it, but our morning show listeners on Play 107 had gotten so used to what the show sounded like as us as best friends that we were worried that people would hate it. And I don't think there's anything worse than the idea of being open about somebody you're obsessed with and people being like, it's not for me anymore.
I don't want to hear a couple nagging anymore. I like when they were just friends fighting. So we were kind of trying to think of it from like a professional angle.
And we liked the idea of not sounding like a bickering couple. Like when we light each other up, when I'm mean to Lisa in a joking manner, before we were officially a couple, people are like, man, those two are so hard on each other. But as soon as you're a couple, they're like, wow, that guy's a dick.
Does he even like her?
Changes the dynamic a little bit.
We were always like just uneasy enough not to figure out how to go forward with it.
We were honest with people that just straight up asked us.
Yeah.
Like if people were like coming up to us on the street or texting in, we would be like, yep. So it was more so we just weren't putting it out there to be known. And then as soon as we got engaged, we're like, who cares? You only live once. Let's just do this.
It was kind of nice too to so much of our personal lives is shared with our career. It was kind of nice to have this one thing between us and our friends and family. Fairly big thing, but that was just ours. It felt like. I don't know. It was something. There was a stretch where I don't think we wanted to announce because we didn't want to wreck something that felt so great. We loved our jobs together. We loved our life together. Everybody was doing well. And we're like, why would we do that just because most couples would?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, let's just keep this between us.
I think also there were stretches where we didn't know if it was going to work out. So why would we put that out there? And then eventually people are like, are they together? Oh, they're not anymore. So we were also just very careful with that to make sure, like, are we going to make it? Are we not? Am I going to settle? No, I'm just kidding.
One of you realized that you outkicked your coverage.
No, but we've had some fun with it. I call it Stockholm Syndrome because I ended up moving in there was a bunch of radio people living together, and it's a joke, obviously, but I'm like, I became obsessed with my captor. Like, I'm sorry. But no, there was this stretch too where a lot of people, my best friends would be like, Lisa, you're in love with this guy. And I'd be like, I'm not. Because I genuinely believed that I wasn't. Like, I truly didn't think there was anything.
We get it. That's obvious.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from.
Totally. No. But truly, they'd be like, it's obvious. Like, he's all you talk about. You're always together. And I'd be like, oh, well, maybe. It's kind of like people figured it out before we did kind of vibe. So it was an interesting, it's been an interesting journey.
We had heard rumors that it was a thing for
and I was
years
like,
before it ended up shaking down too. And so, like, when it did become a thing, I don't know if we wanted to give the validation to the people that were
predicting it. Yeah. They were like, this is going to happen.
Yeah. But it's been really funny with couples that now that we are out there that call in, or they call into the show and be like, thanks a lot. Now I have to tell my wife she's been right.
Right.
Do you know how many times we've been fighting and I've been saying, nope, they're just friends. So we were like, caused a couple domestics.
When I was doing like preliminary research, none of the questions we have used for this show specifically, it was like Ryder and Lisa, and it was like every Google answer was like, are they together?
Exactly.
Are they married? Did they break up? Like, it was like, I was like,
that's
you
hilarious.
guys have done an amazing job at your jobs, but feeding into that frenzy a little bit, it didn't hurt.
Like, I mean, it's not bad publicity.
It was actually kind of cool because when we had this Oilers Nation thing we knew was coming, we also felt a little more job security in the fact that we knew we were switching and had two jobs. Really. So even if we rocked the boat bad enough with radio by announcing that we were engaged, and if it didn't work as well on the radio, we had this new thing that we could put our attention towards.
It's like so many changes at once.
It felt like that was a bit.
Yeah, we were just like, everything else is changing. We might as well just like,
a good opportunity to try something new, and then also just like be honest about it.
It is pretty refreshing though.
Yeah, like, to not have to kind of skirt around it a little bit on the air.
Yeah, and to be honest and open about how happy I am with her and with everything that we got going on. Like,
it's pretty cool to get to do what we do together too. Like, a lot of people, I think, especially over COVID, that's kind of when we realize, we can hang out. This is great. That's special because a lot of people, I'm sure, like, man, I need a break, or like, I could kind of imagine working with my partner. Like, if you want that separation, we thrive with it. I mean, we thrive off each other, and we just have so much fun. So why not do it forever?
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
You remind me of Derek Rutan. He was a country singer, songwriter. He wrote huge hits for Dierks Bentley and a bunch of other ones. And he's from Bracebridge, Ontario. I'll remember that forever, but I won't remember where I'm from. This is kind of the way it goes. But when he moved to Nashville, he found a place to live just outside of town on this little acreage with Margaret. And Margaret was a single mom with 5 kids. And I can't remember how many years he lived there, kind of like the Cato Kalin thing in this side house. That's a very odd reference, but anyway, he was kind of living in a small little house on the thing, and they were just they'd always hang out together, and it was like 3, 4, 5 years or something. He was there, and they looked at each other one day and said, "Why aren't we sleeping together?
Yeah, might as well.
Like we're doing everything else. Like, this is ridiculous." And now they've been happily married for probably 10, 15, 20 years now, but it was just like, what are we doing? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, why don't we just, might as well go all the way with this relationship.
Yeah, and Lisa moved into the house because she was saving money for a summer to buy her own place.
I was like, I'll get my own place. And then I watched what it's like to be a homeowner, and I was like, ew, this looks hard.
Yeah.
I think I'll just stay.
So she started kissing me, and we.
Yeah, okay.
No, but it was interesting. I think a wake-up moment for me.
She is only human.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wake-up moment was just, wow, we can live together, which you can't do with everybody.
No.
We can work together at the same time. She's absolutely wonderful with my daughter. The dogs, there's a connection with all of us now. It did just make all the sense. Yeah.
I really liked your daughter's role in the engagement video that
came
out. Like, it was just the video was really cute. If you didn't see it, you probably did. It was the shot heard around the world in Edmonton. But we were playing a game and she was trying to guess what you were saying. But just seeing your daughter's face in that, I was like, oh, she's so happy. Like that, to me, that was just like, oh, that's really nice.
A lot of people are saying the main character, though, was Ryder's nephew behind Charlie, who was so funny in the video of him when he clocks what's happening and he goes and he starts crying. That's when like the number one like comment I've got from people is like, that's when I started crying, is when Oscar started crying. I'm like, perfect, he was the main character. Excellent.
Do you have wedding plans?
We do. We're probably not going full on with them because we don't want all those people that were excited about the engagement announcement.
No, you can.
But it's happening in Edmonton.
It is happening in Edmonton.
Did that make it sound like I wasn't interested in getting married? You gave me a dirty look.
No, I just.
When you said you weren't going full on, I was like, wait,
we're just going to kind of fake
with details.
We heard how hard it is to actually go through with the like certificate and changing my name. I'm like, let's just pretend.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
We were gonna do it out in Victoria, my parents' place. It's awesome, but then we realized like the community we have built here, and all Lisa's family and all of our friends and
us. Like, why would
you guys are obviously invited. No, actually, you are.
We have no interest in going to Victoria.
No,
right. You wouldn't come.
You wouldn't come?
She went to school to Victoria. We loved it. I thought she was going to fall in love there, and we were going to like your parents move there,
right?
But then
it's only elderly people.
It is. There's a lot of elderly people there.
I could have found a very rich old man.
That's true.
Then the studio wouldn't have to be.
No, you would be retired.
Dangerous place to drive for sure. I realized. Mom's been in like 6 accidents. I'm like, this isn't your fault, maybe.
You talk about not being prepared for the weather. There was one snowstorm in the year that I lived on the island, and it was horrific. Like, it was more accidents than non-accidents on the road. It was horrific.
You were starting to turn into your father in that moment with the anger you had on the road.
Have you guys never seen snow? But to be fair,
they haven't.
The roads are not built for snow. Nobody has winter tires, so it is like,
Baillie had studded tires, like studded winter tires. She drove all year long there because I was too cheap to get them changed. So she had the only kid.
I was ripping over top of people like a monster.
Just sparks flying out.
But it is so exciting. So, you don't have to give us the date or the venue.
Yeah, but you guys are invited.
Yeah.
We don't have to be invited.
No, truly you are.
We'd like to be.
Yeah, we're going all out. We're gonna have a huge shaker.
I feel like
it's an Edmonton royal wedding.
Pretty much responsible for everything you guys got.
There you go.
Seriously.
I might as well pay for the wedding.
You weren't there when the engagement happened.
I'm kind of heard of
This is brought to you by
right after
Custom Carmen Goldsmith.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And the ring is beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
It's a little bit big still, but that's okay.
Are you happy that it happened before Taylor and Travis so that you could really like?
No.
Funny story.
The day I was going to do it, Taylor and Travis got engaged.
Ours was after. He had to wait extra days because they were everywhere, and he's like,
I guess I'm not doing it tonight at home. And we were flying out to Victoria that weekend, and I was like, now I got to sneak this thing out to Victoria. And the rings kind of look similar.
Yeah, they're both big and beautiful in gold.
Thank you. But yeah, like I'm sure his was much more.
Yeah.
But they kind of have like a similar with the big band feel. I was like, people are gonna think we're kidding for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna think this
Wait,
is some
it's
sort of
Halloween
joke.
costume months early.
And you know why yours was so big and but yet was so affordable because you got it in Devon.
Exactly.
And custom
There's
Carmen.
And you know what?
Goldsmith.
Taylor Swift might have as well. We
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
know.
I think
we don't know for sure.
I feel like
Rumor
she did.
has it.
I feel like she did.
You could have went with the you couldn't go with the English teacher and the gym teacher getting married. You could have been like the radio host and the radio host.
Bailey, we thought about that as the caption,
Yeah.
and then we got so tired we just went. Just hit send.
I think the way you did it was amazing.
Thank you.
It was shocking.
Yeah.
in
The
best
front runner
way.
for me was I think I wanted to go with we're probably gonna have a meeting with HR tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
that would have been good. That would have been good.
Well, now you can air out the drafts here, which is
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So good. So good. Well, I think that's probably
It's such an amazing story.
it's
Both of you, and then
the whole
ending
thing's a
with
great
this. It's
story.
like,
Yeah,
it's,
no, I think we'll have to do this more often.
Yeah, well,
Awesome.
especially because we didn't get to any of the questions you wrote down.
I know. I was like doing research on these people I kind of know, and it was like, are they getting married?
Well, you're prepped for next episode.
Yeah, we'll come back.
I'm ready.
Especially because we got beer.
Yeah,
This was
yeah.
awesome.
This is like it's a radio fairy tale.
And
It-
sandwiches.
It really is a great story. Yes. Shout out to Mother Dough Bread Co., one of our amazing new sponsors. Open now in Winterburn Point.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can get there.
You can get there, and you should go there.
Yeah.
It's so good. You
So
might even
good.
get a cinnamon bun on your way out. We'll see from Friesen Brothers. That'd be a good thing.
Yeah.
Crystal Glass. Thank you to Crystal Glass. Do you know Ken Franchuk at all? Have you
I
ever met
don't
Ken?
know.
Yeah, great guy.
Well, if you get something in your windshield, he's
We'll
the
call
guy.
He's our guy. Yeah.
on your way home from this long trip.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the highway.
Londonderry Dodge. Who else we got? We got Cook County Saloon, where again you've blacked out so proudly.
It might have been on the
What did you use?
bowl.
What did you use your thong for? Blindfold? Or
I woke up on the bathroom floor
Not
and
big
I
enough for that.
no, it was a thong. It was a thong in my hair, like as an elastic, which
That's women in STEM.
Yeah.
it truly is.
Yeah.
Like considering I don't remember it, I'm like, wow, drunk me is so smart.
Do you ever go into your old tweets, like what you said, and are like, oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Do you want to say the tweet that you remember reading of mine? That's what made you follow
Sure.
me.
If you would like to cut this part of the
Yeah,
podcast,
we can
feel
bleep
free.
it.
We just press a button. It's okay.
Okay.
The first tweet I read of Lisa's that I woke up the next day and I was in the shower, I thought of it and I started laughing again was, I drive a small car to compensate for my massive vagina. And I
They were good.
like
Thank you.
immediate follow because
Yeah.
that's so funny.
and then he sent a direct message, send pics.
Yeah. Prove
Come
it.
on my show. Move in.
Let's get married.
All right. Well, I've been known to, marry people too. No pressure, but whatever.
If you need an officiant.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll do it auctioneer style.
Yes. Let's do an illegal
Say,
auction.
I do. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Check them out wherever they are.
Wherever.
That's the
We
best.
got nothing to talk about. There's nowhere I'd rather be. 'Cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking Scheetz.